The Apple iPhone XS Max and the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, undoubtedly two of the hottest devices this year. The iPhone XS Max is of course the biggest and fastest phone Apple has ever made, and the Note 9 is the latest update to Samsung's most premium line of phones. Unfortunately for consumers, both of these devices readily break the $1,000 barrier. So you might be wondering, which of these phones is really worth that? Well, let's compare them. Both of these devices have huge screens and are aimed at the type of person that spends a ton of time on their phones. You know, the so-called power users. The Note 9's display diagonal measures in at 6.4 inches, but the iPhone XS Max takes this a step further by increasing it to 6.5 inches. Nevertheless, both have an extra wide aspect ratio which fits a lot of vertical content onto your screen. When it comes to the build, both devices are rather similar on paper. After all, they both include a glass panel on the rear, another one up front, and a metal frame. However, in person the differences are rather noticeable. Samsung Galaxy Note 9 on the one hand has an aluminium frame squished between two panels of curved glass. With the iPhone though, these curved panels are switched out for two flat ones. Similarly, the aluminium frame is substituted by a much more premium stainless steel variant. Now of course, the iPhone does have that controversial notch, which you may love, you may hate, or you may not even care about. But if you are one of those people that finds it offensive, you'll be happy to know that the Note 9 has absolutely no notch to speak of. To top it off, the Note 9 even sports a headphone jack, whereas, let's be honest, the iPhone prefers to act as if they don't exist anymore. Despite the positives that come with Samsung's phone, there are a couple of trade-offs, namely the chin and the forehead. These make the phone appear a lot taller than the iPhone XS Max, which, in turn, has an evenly thinned frame all around, which makes the phone look and feel a bit more compact. Both these devices have OLED displays, and there's no denying they both look pretty great. Samsung, as always, offers you a few different colour modes to pick from. You can go from punchy colours with cold whites to a nice, warm, accurate display. Apple's iPhone screen, on the other hand, comes with just one mode, albeit a super accurate one. There is some visible colour distortion when angling the screens to the sides, but that comes with the territory on OLED panels, so naturally it's visible on both phones. Aside from colour accuracy, pixel peepers will also be happy to know that both displays are insanely sharp. The iPhone XS Max has 458 pixels per inch, but the Note 9 goes even further with 516 pixels per inch. So far so good. We've got two premium phones that look and feel the part. But let's compare the performance. Apple's A12 Bionic chip is the first ever smartphone processor built on a 7nm process. This basically means that it's more powerful and more efficient than the last one, and it also beats the competition in a big name benchmark test out there. Pair that with Apple's homegrown iOS operating system and you've got yourself a buttery smooth, snappy performance that's just a pleasure to view. Needless to say, the iPhone XS Max runs fast and effortless. Then again, despite the fact that a 6.5-inch display has plenty of room for some multitasking, it doesn't offer more advanced features such as split screen or floating video players. The Galaxy Note 9, on the other hand, is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 845. This, for those who aren't aware, is the flagship processor of choice for Android manufacturers in 2018. Now, it may not be as powerful as the A12, but it's certainly nothing to smirk at. Additionally, Samsung has also made sure to install a thick new heat pipe and keep the Snapdragon cooler under heavy load, which will supposedly help with any throttling. On the Note 9 we have Android 8.1 Oreo, complete with the Samsung Experience UI on top. Samsung's own experience has come a long way over the past few years. It now feels mature with consistent animations and smooth transitions. Sometimes it can feel a bit sluggish, but it's definitely nothing to smash the phone over. The trade-off, of course, is that we get a plethora of useful features like split screen, picture-in-picture mode, a secure folder, device maintenance features and lots more. When it comes to gaming, both phones do perform pretty well. However, due to the improved optimization that often comes with iOS apps, high-end games on Apple's phone do tend to offer more textured details and a sharper overall image quality. But on Android, you've got a wider choice of Bluetooth controllers and gaming accessories, because not everything needs to be MFI certified. In niche productivity applications, you've got different results on both phones. No Android video editor supports keyframes or works as smoothly as the few top-tier video editors that can be found on the App Store. On the other hand, Samsung's S Pen is the best stylus to come with a phone, and it's honestly a delight to use for any type of sketching, writing or signing documents. You can even use the Pen Up app with its fantastic tutorials to actually get better at drawing. Thanks to the large, sharp and accurate displays on these phones, watching videos is certainly a delight. The iPhone XS Max's notch may sometimes eat into content on your screen, but let's be honest, there's not exactly much content out there that's shot in a 19.5:9 aspect ratio to begin with anyway. When it comes to sound, both the Note 9 and the iPhone XS Max rock stereo speakers. Samsung has the tuned by AKG logo on the back, and the speakers do sound pretty good. But when you put them in the same room as the iPhone, there's just no comparison. The iPhone XS Max sounds a bit louder, it has a noticeably deeper bass, and it also provides a lot more clarity. Both Apple and Samsung have been pretty much on the top of their camera game for the last few years. The companies do take different approaches here and there, but it's safe to say that both achieve great results, just maybe ones that look slightly different. This year, Apple surprised us all with a new feature that it calls Smart HDR. Now, it works sort of like Google's HDR+, where the phone takes multiple shots and stitches parts together in order to achieve a superior image at the end, with fewer details lost in shadows and fewer highlights burning out to white. Overall, Smart HDR is definitely nice to have, and it will sometimes give the iPhone an advantage when comparing it to the Note 9's camera. Take the very first set of photos below, for example. These show how Samsung's camera overexposed the building in the far left, whereas the iPhone managed to preserve its peachy colour. Such instances aside, both handsets are pretty great at capturing dynamic and colourful scenes. Of course, they do also offer some fancy features such as portrait mode or 4K video recording at 60 frames per second. You can see some samples of these on the screen right now. Of course, one of the most important things in modern phones, especially those that are meant for power users, is battery life. Well, rest assured that these handsets can do quite a lot of work before they run out of juice. Both held out for about 9 hours of on-screen time in our battery life test, and real-life results mirror this longevity. We had no trouble making it through the day with either one of these phones. Now, charging is a different deal. The Galaxy Note 9 charges from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour and 50 minutes, which is pretty good for a 4000 mAh cell. But the iPhone XS Max, on the other hand, takes a whopping 3 hours and a half to top up. Yes, the iPhone does support fast charging, but you still have to buy a separate power brick and cable directly from Apple in order to unlock this feature. So, in the end, which one is better? Well, there's no clear winner here. The Note 9 is fantastic for multitaskers, for those people that like to have a few things open on screen at a time, for those who love to take notes by hand or sketch, or even those who enjoy having a phone chock full of features. The iPhone XS Max, on the other hand, may only run one thing at a time on screen, but it does run it fast and smooth. It's an extremely well performing phone and very obviously the best iPhone you can buy right now. Ultimately, considering the relatively small price difference between these two devices, it comes down to personal preference. So, which one will you be getting? The iPhone XS Max, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, or maybe something completely different? Whichever it is, please let us know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual, if you want to see more in-depth reviews and comparisons, be sure to check us out at phonearena.com. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below and hit that subscribe button to never miss a video.